everybody, this is Des Talks up here, Kid Desi, and welcome back to Rail and Rollers, the High Rollers recap and review for High Rollers Aerois episode 23. I do not have a funny quip this time, because, But yeah, today is a special birthday episode, because it's the birthday of our boy Mark Sherlock Humes, and also, they're also celebrating Trot's and Rhiannon's birthday, because, Trot's birthday was last week, and Rhiannon's, is later this month, so happy birthday to all those guys. But yeah. So, alright, real quick, first off, of course, the daddy count, it was at 0 today, so, I bet it too, so, also, before we get started, I just want to say, at the moment when I'm recording this video, earlier today, I uploaded a new video called, which is an update to the Valor's true identity theory, and it is a huge update, and I put a lot of time and effort into this video. I stayed up till like 10 o'clock, nearly 11 o'clock last night making it, and I'm really proud of how it came out, and right now it doesn't have any views, so I would really appreciate if you guys check that out. But yeah, with that all being said, let's get right into the video. Now, we have a full party today, which is always great, yeah, I love everyone to party, and I want to see, sup with them. And we start with Nova, because Kim wasn't here last week, she was in chat with us, and if you were in chat, or read chat, or watched the VOD and read chat, you know that Nova was in the, Temple of Hesper, helping clean up and stuff. And basically, she's just there cleaning up, and, Tiangong is basically, giving her, warm feeling stuff, and kinda pulling her towards Gold Throne and beyond. Those are where the answers are gonna be. Maybe we'll find a piece of Tiangong and Gold Throne. Who knows? But yeah, eventually she meets up with the rest of the party and stuff, and of course we know that Night Frost told Lucius, that, Breeze is there, so they need to go meet up with Breeze, and so while they're on their way there, they see a stage, a bunch of Harvest Guards standing, and this woman, who I don't know if we actually got the name of. I didn't write it down. But yeah, it's a woman, and she's from the Abbey, and she talks about how they didn't want this to happen to the Temple of Hesper, and that they weren't part of this, and all that stuff, which of course me and everyone in chat is calling bullshit. Look, we don't want to, there is now a new saying, and that is Brookstone. We don't want to get Brookstoned, okay? Not only just Brookstone, but this is also some exact Falania type shit here. They say they're not doing something, but actually they are doing something, and it's something horrible, like racism. The Broken Sky and the Lightfall, they did things that are quite worse than racism, but still, racism, not good. Not in my Aerois, not in my Kaylee's Rest. And, yeah. And she talks to the group and stuff, and she acts all nice and everything, and oh man, yeah, don't worry, we're good guys, and they're and I was okay, then why didn't you, show up to the temple to help out and stuff? I was literally there all day, and you weren't there. And she was oh, we tried, but, Dean Simon wouldn't let us through, so, and I was oh, but he never said anything, oh, that's weird. So, yeah, and, I don't know why, but Kim was the only one doing insight checks on this girl. There are some clearly suspicious things going on, Rhiannon, she's, nice, she's nice stuff, but, the rest of y'all know Falania. Come on. Go out on her bullshit. Yeah. So, and only Quill hears this, but it was passive perception. She hears her whispering to one of her men to find out where the group are staying. So, I'm scared for Arvel and Vala. Because, I don't know. I'm so scared. I'm scared for them, guys. I don't this. Is another Brookstone thing gonna happen? I hope to God not. I hope to God. Just keep Vala safe, okay? I just want I just want Bella to be happy. They all deserve, everyone in this group deserves good things, okay? They deserve good things. So, yeah. Of course. Alright, so yeah. So, basically, alright, so they sneak into the garden that night, and they meet up with, Breeze, and he has dark stone and, like, dark metal and wood, and it's hard to see, and, so it's like he's kind of hard to see in the shadows. It has a bald head, but he has, like, these tiefling horns, but they're, like, newer, like, they didn't, like, he didn't have them before, but, like, he kind of put them on himself, so, yeah. And he also has 2 red gem eyes. And he talks about how Nod Guardians almost killed him, and other Guardians saved him and showed him, like, this ritual, which could, like, add more to his life and stuff. And turns out this ritual involves, like, magic, and it's like, hey, we just gotta take some magic, add something, like an item, or, some other source, and then we bring it into us, it's not that bad. And it's like, and everyone's like, you are being way too vague here, man. Yeah. And so, and, like, Sentry's like, yeah, okay, but, like, yeah, so, and, like, so basically, and also, we get a tiny bit of thing about Sentry. She said that she looked after the queen and many other queens and stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah, he talks, he also, Breeze does not know, where the Prime is or what the Glass City is. He knows about them, but he doesn't really know where they are, if that'll even help them. And after he leaves, Sentry is really not sure if she trusts him or not, because what he said was very, very vague, and so she's a little distrusting. But we'll go to the ritual to see, like, what's gonna happen. And so, and then once they try to leave, Sentry and Lucius get caught, and they're about to get arrested, but then, like, Lucius manages to, like, pay him off or something. And so, yeah. So, Sentry talks to the group how she doesn't really trust him. And when, also, like, I don't, like, alright, so, I'm just gonna say here, when you think about it, Breeze talks about the other Guardian that showed him the ritual. But where is that Guardian exactly? Why isn't he traveling around with Breeze and telling other Guardians about this? I just find it a little bit suspicious. Now, I know later he says that Breeze talked about how some of the Guardians won't want to do this because they're very compassionate about humans, but still, there's something going on here. I'm telling you. But, like, then again, like, Breeze clearly cares about the Guardians, so he wouldn't take life from the Guardians, right? I don't know. Then again, something happens later this episode. Well, we will see. Alright, so, yeah, basically, they go to the ritual, and Scout's there, and it's talking about, like, that says that's happening in the old temple of the goddess of death, Kalara. So yeah, that's how you know things are gonna go great. It's in the abandoned temple of the goddess of death. Yay. And so, Nova's the only one who goes to the ritual with Sentry, and, like, Nova's scared that she is gonna die. It's like, hey, she tells Quill, it's like, if something happens to me, go find the pieces to Tiangong. And so Kim clearly got flashbacks to, Lightfall, I'm just saying. So, yeah. Breeze makes Nova promise to not talk about what happens in the ritual, and she's like, yeah, of course I won't tell anyone. I care about Sentry, I want what's best for her. And so, and there's a cloth in, like, the middle of a ritual thing, and apparently under that cloth is, what they're gonna be sacrificing, taking the magical energy out of. And then the cloth moves, and at that moment, everyone was like, I fucking knew it, we all knew it, we all called it. Like, we all knew Breeze was bad, right? Well, this is when, like, something happens. Okay, I'm just gonna put it there. He takes, alright, basically, so, he moves the cloth, and there's a human man, about his 20s. And yes, he's gonna be sacrificed. At first we thought, oh man, this Breeze is so bad, But then, Mark says that they recognize this man. From his clothes that were underneath his armor, and the symbol of the Ashbringers on his hand. And at that moment, everybody was split on the decision. Some people were like, oh yeah, oh no, never mind, Breeze, go ahead, kill him, he's racist. On the other hand, people are like, man, we can't kill him, he's a dude, he's a human. And I just want to say, bro, fucking vote to Mark Humes, man. That was goddamn amazing. That was some amazing, like, I was, like, at that moment, I was also like, oh man, like, I'm so conflicted right now, but on the other hand, I was like, that's fucking genius! That was so good! That was so goddamn good! Like, having it be so conflicted, just so morally gray, that was amazing! Like, I just love that! I loved that! Props to you, man. Props to you, Mark. Some people may not find it, like, as amazing, but I found it absolutely fucking amazing. Like I said, this dude's a goddamn genius when it comes to storytelling. That was so good. So good. Like, alright, so we were all expecting him to be, like, sacrificing a human. But none of us suspected that it was going to be an Ashbringer and that everybody would be split on their decision. And top it all off, this is the dude that was about to kill Rosemeadow, and then Breeze captured him before he could do it. So there's even more of a morally gray thing there. There's even more of a split there. And, that was just so goddamn good. I could go on forever how much I loved that. Just that moment, and, like, how everyone was split on their decision, and everyone was thinking, like, what do we do? Should we let this go on? Should we stop it? Because that dude's human, but, like, he's also a bad person, but maybe he'll learn from this. There was just so many layers, and that was great. That was just great. It was amazing. I wish, man, I want to be that good at storytelling. This is why I want to be just as good as a storyteller as Mark Humes, because the dude's a goddamn genius, okay? But yeah, anyways, enough of my praising of Mark Humes for that moment, because, oh my god, that was such a good moment. Alright, so yeah, Sentry ends up stopping the ritual and stuff, trying to talk Breeze out of it. It's like, no, death is natural, death is a beautiful thing, because it happens to everyone, and Breeze is like, but not to us, we can be immortal, we were meant to be immortal, and Sentry's like, well, why should we be immortal when everyone else dies? That's like, and I'm just like, Sentry, you go, girl, like, you go, I loved it, I was loving it, and so, and yeah, Sentry manages to stop their ritual, causing Tracker to lose his life, so rest in peace, Tracker. Rest in peace, forever miss. But yeah. So with that, initiation takes place, and Breeze, Breeze starts with the mortals first, and then he says he's gonna go after Sentry after. And so he casts his blight on Nova, almost killing her. She only had 2 hit points left, and then Quill and Lucius were like, okay, I'm gonna heal you, here's a potion. And it was like, I got a potion. And, like, also just everything else that happened in that fight was amazing. That was a great fight. I couldn't track all of it, but it was a pretty entertaining fight. And then by the end of it, Breeze ends up escaping. So Breeze is gonna return. And honestly, like, as bad as that is, I was kind of hoping that. Because, like, Breeze is the perfect villain or antagonist or anti-hero for Sentry, because, like, there's, like, so many layers to him. We don't know if he's right or wrong, because, like, Oh, it's just so good, man. This episode was so good, and especially that one part. That one part was fucking amazing. Let me tell you, that is the reason why I love Mark Humes, man. That was, in my opinion, that was an amazing episode. I absolutely loved that. Tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comments below. I'd love to hear you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.